Bro, how you gonna get a jersey of a player you don't like?
No, I liked him at the time, but
You know, like Footy, that's fine.
Yeah, he's a likable guy.
no, I like him, but like, you realize when it's time for someone to go and it's time to go.
Man, how old is
Yeah,
he?
but you sell him when you can make a profit
I
on
don't
him.
even think he's 20.
I don't even think he's
talking
funny.
about
No, I think
Dembele,
he's-
Fati when Dembele could have been the same thing.
Okay.
Dembele 5 years at the club collecting a paycheck like nothing,
Yeah, but-
bro.
But I always believed in him and I never will stop.
5 years later, yeah, that belief is crazy.
What?
It's a strong belief.
Yeah, but he'll be back.
When?
Yeah.
When? Not anytime, not for like the third El Clasico.
Oh my
in a row.
That's this week.
What's that? Yeah, El Clasico
That's
this week.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, bro.
Yeah. Gosh.
Second leg.
Yeah, but I'm
What do you mean hopefully
I
they lose?
hate watching Barca win, man.
What's wrong with this guy?
Such a
bro?
brat.
Many Barca
see
fans.
because
He's just mad about
Just like
2015
everyone else in
UCL
this
final.
world.
okay, you look at
Everyone hates Barca.
you look at these two Barca fans, they love hating on players that are doing bad. Like you hate on Umtiti all the time.
Bro,
Oh, bro,
what do you mean?
That's
Umtiti was horrible
That was
for
hard.
us.
Bro, he was
He had,
horrible
like,
after the injury.
one good
And he was like one of the highest paid players at the club.
Okay, but
He was
all of a
rinsing the
sudden,
club, bro.
Yeah, but
Didn't he
now
also fail a medical at like
Yeah.
Yes.
Marseille or something. Like,
yeah, he
he
was
plays.
supposed to go.
He plays at what Lecce now?
He's at Lecce now,
He's
yeah.
actually doing pretty well.
Yo, how's
But,
Lecce
like,
doing?
He's
Like-
found his level, bro.
Like, well, at a club that's like what, 12th place.
Yeah.
okay, but
not
the
bad.
big debate was that do you believe that it's on Dembele because obviously he was hurt, right? That like, oh, I owe it to the club that I should leave. You think like, oh,
I think he
have to
owes
leave.
it to the club though to have more discipline and try harder. When
Fair.
I was hearing that about like showing up to practice late, eating like crap, playing video games, get out of here. You're getting paid so much at one of the biggest clubs of the world. I'd like to do that.
He wasn't
You'd
being
like to do
serious,
that
Fact,
anyway.
price.
Like
It's facts.
that's the issue. He doesn't have discipline.
But I'm
It's
looking.
not up
I'm
here.
looking from the player's perspective. That 2017-18 season, world class, right? Right before the World Cup, and then he got hurt right before it. Obviously, you can't control injuries. He ended up getting a bag, a lot of money before that injury, and just because he gets hurt, he should give up that bag he has.
No, but that's not what that's not what I'm saying.
No, but that's what these guys are saying.
Yeah, these guys are lost.
I think so.
They're like, oh, I worked so hard to get to this
Especially
point, and I was dealt with an unfortunate injury. Let me give up my money just because the fans don't want me here anymore.
Well,
From a player perspective, how are you gonna do that?
Okay, boy, it's a business at the end of the day, bro.
Exactly.
He's rinsing the club.
especially
And he's not playing,
He's
bro.
one of the lowest
Why
wages.
can't it do
Yeah, it's a business. You just said it. It's a
They
business.
should have let him go.
Messi could have stayed.
He was
at-
injured for what, 4 seasons? The 5th season, he's finally injury free for.
Okay, but
for a
that's
little
on the
bit?
club, not him.
Okay.
No, but there's a certain point though when you get injured so many times, like how athletic are you? Because that's like there are certain players that are like constantly broken, and to me that plays in. That's why Messi and Ronaldo have been so dominant for so
Yeah.
long because they barely ever get injured. These are top class players. That plays into how good of a player I think you are. Is how consistent and how athletic you are.
No, I'm like,
He's not on that level. Like I don't know. He's made of.
Glass.
I'm not saying Umtiti's like this like dignified player who's like world class and whatnot. He was at the time, but
Yeah, he had his time.
like
But for him to not to lower his wages and Messi left
okay
because of that.
Okay, but he signed a contract. The club offered him that contract. Why should he
know.
have to lower his wages because he was dealt with an unfortunate injury? He probably sees I had a career-ending injury. I'm never gonna get this kind of money again. Why would I give it up?
It's a weird
Messi,
situation,
though.
yeah, with Barca. I mean, that's how we look at it because we're fans. But
Yeah.
he's like, I kind of get what you're saying too. It's not on the players to like.
But what do you
turn
think?
that.
He's like,
Barca
I don't
dug
care about
themselves into a
Messi?
hole.
You think that's what he's thinking? I don't care about Messi. I want my money.
I don't know. He's
Come
playing
on, man.
at
At
Lecce
some
now,
point,
so
you have to have
I
sympathy
mean,
for the fans and for Messi. Come on.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, fair. But no, I like this. This is Barca Talk. It's good to see. In case you guys haven't noticed, we're joined by a very special guest today.
Oh, yeah.
Sara
Yes.
Poraria.
You tried.
Pararia?
Ferrari.
Yeah.
There we go.
Poraria.
Okay. Yeah, and we're just there's a lot of topics that have come up in the football world today. We have some managerial shifts. We have El Clasico on the horizon. A lot of cool things to talk about. We're on the Barca subject right now, so I think it's good to stay on it. El Clasico coming up. Barca's up 1-0, second leg.
At the Camp Nou.
At the Camp Nou. What do you expect?
Frankie and Pedri are injured, so I'm definitely still thinking about that. Dembele's
shoot, you're
injured,
right.
but that's not news, as we just talked about. Real Madrid are also coming off a 6-0 win against Valladolid. Really motivating, big win after an international break. but I know they also have an eye on Champions League. So and if they're still trying to keep up in La Liga, the pressure's on Madrid for sure, 100%. Barcelona have also beat Madrid now 3 times this year in El Clasico. 3. Madrid, if they get beat 4, honestly, stop playing football because that's
Jeez, man.
Shout out Xavi.
Shout out Xavi balls.
no, but like they for sure like that is going to hurt this team. So I think the
hope it
pressure's
does.
on them, but Barca have given me no reason to not believe them. I've been so nervous about this team this whole year. I have no idea. Like their defense has been incredible, which is a weird thing to talk about with Barcelona.
Yeah, for real.
But honestly, they keep getting through and they keep winning these games. So why not? I think like it's more important for Barcelona at this point. They need the Copa del Rey because we know how many years it's been not competing in Europe.
We need a trophy.
Yeah, we need a few. La Liga and Copa for sure.
I think it's been a tough time. Obviously, we got knocked out of Champions League, Europa League. There's been a lot of discussion on like why, like what's the reason it happened. Some people are saying injuries, some are saying refs, some are saying no mentality.
Some are saying Xavi, the coach.
Some are saying Xavi. Why did we get knocked out of Europe twice? Yet our team looks so good right now.
Okay, well, last year Xavi wasn't there. That was Ronald Koeman, and we'll never forget that. I hated him as a manager.
Jason's
wow.
the biggest Coleman fan. Jason
Biggest
loves
fan right
Coleman.
here.
Honestly,
And we always slayed him for it.
in what world?
Biggest fan.
That was the worst Barcelona I've ever seen in my lifetime. My lifetime.
Preach.
I don't think it was the worst.
Why do you not think of
I
that?
think
How?
I think Barca under Setien was worse.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
How?
No
way.
No, okay.
way.
Look, I never said Coleman is this incredible world-class coach, but the disrespect, he was getting from Barca fans, it disgusted me.
But
this is
Barca
a
fans
club
are like
legend
that.
you're talking about. It's a
Doesn't
club
matter.
legend.
It doesn't matter though. You can be a club legend. Doesn't mean you can coach. This is the
No,
thing.
fair.
We have to separate players who can play football and then if they can go in and coach. It's not the same thing. And they're both extremely difficult. And I think only a very few percentage of people can do both. Honestly.
Okay, but I don't think that should stain his legacy.
I don't think
He's the
that
highest
is-
scoring defender of all time.
But-
He won us our first ever Champions League.
What's that got to do with his coaching
Okay,
ability?
no, it doesn't. But it somehow still stained his legacy. Xavi, within his managerial, he's picking it up now, but he had a poor run of form. I didn't see anyone like putting disrespect on his name. Oh, because it's Xavi though.
Some people were. I was.
No,
Okay,
no,
poor run of
nobody
form, but
was.
what about now?
What's that?
What about now? Poor run of form, but what about now?
Yeah, he's doing well.
But is the football really like that good?
No. And
Football's been all right.
100% no. I don't think so. No, it's not the same Barcelona football that we're used to, the tiki-taka. I completely agree with you. When I watch Barca, I'm not excited anymore. It definitely doesn't give me that. Is it pragmatic and they're winning? Yeah. And some people say, well, that's what's important, getting the W. Right now, I think that is what's important. Let's get through the season. Let's get the 2 trophies if we can. And, next season, cross that bridge. But it is not the same kind of football. And I don't really find it that interesting to watch anymore.
Yeah, it's a lot more defensive now. Like they're getting their 1-0, 2-0 wins. Like, but it's not like so much attacking as we've seen before, right?
Yeah, and that's what people are saying. Like I've been watching like a lot of social media people saying, "Oh, but Barca's only winning 1-0, 2-0." But like, look what you're saying, 2-0. We're not conceding.
They're winning, right?
We're not conceding. Ter Stegen's playing one of his best.
Bro, he's
seasons
got
ever.
I think 20 clean sheets in the season so
20
far.
clean sheets. How many goals do we have
Mad.
against? Like less than 10.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're
No,
talking
no,
about.
that's another thing right there. Another ridicule on players. These guys, the past couple of seasons, Ter standing. Like,
Yeah, bro,
but
that was it. No, that was bro.
all of a sudden, a player starts playing good, you show love again. No, I
ever
just
since
want
the
you
hair
guys to keep
transplant,
that
he's
same
been different,
energy.
bro.
Ever since the hair
Bro, man went to
transplant.
Turkey to get his hair transplant. It's been a wrap.
Okay,
He's been
okay,
performing.
that's funny. Good joke, but like you were still hating on him.
Okay, I keep it real.
No, but it
If
also
they don't
comes down
perform,
to
I'll keep it real.
our
They do that.
defenders. Look at Araujo. Look at Christensen. Those
Okay.
guys have been doing
Okay,
well, and that's
Christensen?
also been helping.
Yeah, it
Ter
also
Stegen.
helps that Ter Stegen has a good back line now.
Wow.
Thankfully.
Did Coleman have a good back line to work with?
Oh,
Whoa.
Yeah, decent back line.
a
It wasn't-
decent back
It wasn't
line?
better than it is now.
Come on.
It wasn't better than it is now.
It was nowhere near what it is now, though.
Thanks.
But the thing is with Koeman, from what I remember, is there were also issues in the dressing room. Do you
Yeah.
remember like hearing week in and week out he's having issues with players and stuff? I don't want to hear that.
And he always
about
blamed the
culture.
players.
Yeah, in the media,
This
he was
is the-
speaking out
Always blame
against
the
the players all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
He never took blame.
Yeah.
And like, don't get me wrong, there's definitely pressure coming from the board. But look at what Xavi's dealing with. Look at since Xavi's been at Barca, every week there's a new scandal. Like
Yeah.
so I mean he's dealing with it too. But he's dealing with it way better. And it's just like I said, maybe it's just Koeman wasn't the right fit, but I don't remember Barcelona being in that much turmoil in my lifetime and like being so upset every week with the way they played, the way he coached. Like it was bad.
Maybe it was an unfortunate for Koeman. You know, maybe the wrong place, wrong time. Maybe if Xavi was at that time, we would have been saying the same thing about Xavi. But this is how we are right now. We got to deal with what we have right now, and Xavi's doing good. It took him a while, but like you see, the players are starting to perform, and you have a lot of young players who are playing as well. You know, Balde's playing really well. People are saying he could be, you know,
Future Golden Boy award,
future
bro.
Golden Boy winner.
Come on.
Three in a row from
Come
Barca.
on.
Yeah, can
It's
you
happening.
That'll be
imagine?
disgusting.
Stop.
It's happening.
We're in good hands.
Especially a defender as well. But I do agree. You said this before as well about Koeman. Like one thing he did do was play young players like Pedri.
He had no choice.
Yeah, but then as well, like for
He
someone,
could have played Ricky Puig
Bro, he had a problem with him, bro.
because he
That's
wasn't
the
good.
thing.
No, he was too busy partying with
Do you know-
PK.
That's crazy.
You know what? That's the thing, though. I always felt bad for Ricky Pooch because put his attitude aside, I can't tell you if he's that party boy. I don't know personally,
Yeah.
but I do think if he had more opportunity to play, I don't think he'd be playing in MLS right now. Truly.
He has the talent.
he has
Yeah,
the talent. I think
he's-
he was just ungifted with not ungifted. What's the word?
Unlucky?
What?
Unlucky?
Unlucky with his body type.
Yeah.
He's a short guy, small
But
guy.
that's like perfect Barca stature. What are you
but
talking
for a
about?
midfielder,
Xavi, Iniesta?
I know, but he's not
Wait, what?
Xavi Iniesta,
Oh
man.
my god.
He's definitely not, but I'm just saying, like, that. I
don't
don't think
know.
that would have been an issue. There was just too much drama with Koeman.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it was at the end of the day. Whether it was his coaching or not, there just seemed to be, like, negativity always.
No, that's fair. And no, that's a sensible point you finally brought up. It could have been wrong.
This guy said finally.
My first sensible point.
It could have been, yeah, just wrong
Thanks,
place,
man.
wrong time. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah,
fair.
no,
It
you're
could have been
right.
wrong place, wrong time. That was a time when Barca were just passing the ball to Messi and getting out of the way.
Yeah.
And it was disgusting
Messi
to
and
watch.
Inshallah, bro.
And it was disgusting to watch. And another thing that's disgusting to watch, PSG fans booing Messi.
No, I'm
saw that.
actually,
Disrespectful.
I'm not having this. Like,
I can't have it.
I
No,
pray to God he comes back.
well, they're sending him right to us. So I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? Actually, it might not be bad. Like, the more I think about it, the more I'm like,
Yeah, seriously.
this guy wants to play in the Copa America next year and maybe another World Cup, which is insane to even think about. So that makes me think, okay, he's not going to go to MLS just yet because he has to play top class football. He's got to stay in Europe if he wants to compete in these competitions. 100%. So he's not happy at Paris. Mbappe's probably leaving. I think Paris is going to completely get picked apart this summer. But I'm thinking, if you're Messi, Xavi's the coach now too. I know Barca's not the most glamorous club, but maybe he comes back and just does it again with them. Like, I don't know. To me, I think it's also like he's a kind of loyal guy. Didn't hop around too many teams. Barca and him, like,
No, it's like
I
two
think
peas in a pod.
it makes sense. I don't
And
know.
and the fact that we're missing that right winger right now, we don't have Ferdan's not doing well.
Not Fran
We're
can go
bra-
out
I'm
there.
missing a right winger.
Rafinha's not doing anything. Dembele's injured. What do you mean? Yeah, we're missing a right
Oh,
winger.
no, you are not talking about Messi.
talk
and
about
Dembele.
Dembele.
At this exact moment, but like we're not missing a right winger.
You're playing Messi or Dembele.
The thing is, I don't
Wait,
think I don't think he'd play on the wing. I think Xavi was saying that he'd play as an interior,
Yeah,
What?
So he
4-2-3-1?
play like-
he would.
like the current formation they play, like the two pivots and like the two kind of like attacking mids,
Yeah.
like Pedri,
Pedri,
Gavi.
Gavi.
Habibi.
Who's who dropping
wow,
them?
really?
Gavi or Pedri?
Gavi.
Gavi
Probably
for
Gavi,
sure.
yeah.
And Gavi sees no minutes anymore. Then what? He's done.
I
He's
don't want to see
mid.
that either.
Rotations.
Rotations.
I don't know.
No,
It's
because
tough.
you have to consider too. Like, I know Messi's still playing every game at PSG, but playing every game in La Liga is a much higher level. And Messi
No,
is-
it's not.
Okay, don't disrespect La
What
Liga
is-
because
oh.
that to me shows me that you do not watch those games.
You
If
don't
you are
know
comparing La
ball.
Liga
Oh.
to Liga.
United slap every single Liga team they've come across. What does it say? What does it really say?
when did Villarreal beat United in
was last year.
penalties? Excuse me.
That was 2 years ago.
So
That was 2 years ago.
that's not that
But
long
the La Liga-
ago.
the La Liga
Who's been
champions-
Winning, who's been winning Europa League? La Liga. Slapping and also
Okay.
who's been winning Champions
But that's
League?
past.
Also
That's
La
past.
Liga.
You're talking about the past.
Yeah,
Last
but
year.
the past. It's the
what
past.
am I gonna base it on? The future?
Yeah.
No, but you guys Oh are here my. talking about how like we're gonna get 2 trophies, and you're in first place, and like
First
you-
place by how many points? Is it
But
12?
you've
12
you've
points?
been knocked out of Europe twice. What does it say about the Liga?
We
then?
had
What
we're
about what's
focusing on the
Paris
league.
done in Europe?
I'm not a PSG fan. I'm just
He's just rocking it.
What has Man U done in Europe?
No, I don't think you can compare though. Like Ligue 1 every single
Come
year
on, it's wrong.
fails to compete. La Liga competes in both Europe in
who
in
won?
Europa
Who won the
League.
league last year?
No, in Europe.
PSG.
In-
No, who won? It was the Liga.
in the Champions.
what?
I'm talking about Champions
Champions
League and
League?
Europa League. I'm not talking about just in. They obviously can win.
Okay, but
Liga.
Real
No
Madrid
one
and
else
Sevilla
does.
are like they only play for those
This year,
tournaments.
I will say it's gotten a lot worse. It has
It is a lot
fallen
worse,
off.
yeah.
When
Because
you look
look,
at
you have-
Sevilla, when you look at Valencia, for
Yeah,
sure. But go back like 3 years, those teams were top. And Real Betis, like
Real
in their
Betis too,
prime,
yeah.
disgusting. Atleti, come on, please don't do this.
But those teams are
Can't.
done now.
But the thing is, that also
And
has
now
to do
they
with
are.
the
Those-
state
those
of
teams
La
are all
Liga, bro.
done now.
Like the way Tebas, the manager of La Liga, is handling things is why La Liga
President
teams
of
are on
La
the
Liga,
decline,
yeah.
bro. Like teams like Sevilla can't register players, so that's
Yeah.
why Koundé and all those other
Yeah.
guys had to leave. Barca can't register Gavi as a first team player. Like it's crazy.
I think I'm pretty sure like Barcelona are like asking Tebas to resign, or like people are asking him to resign.
Yeah.
I saw that
I really hope he
today. I
does.
saw that today.
He's such a Madrid fan. Like it's so
Bro,
he's
said-
so biased.
He said that he is a Madrid fan.
Yeah.
bro.
I know he's so biased.
crazy.
Man.
No, but the thing is, I don't think you can like disrespect La Liga in the sense that they might be going through a dip. Do you guys remember the Premier League in like 2012 until like what 2 years ago? Miserable. Where the hell has the Serie A been for like? Sorry, but like.
But yeah,
Okay, but
that's
that's what I mean. Like leagues go through dips
Yeah, of course.
naturally,
It's
and I
different
think it's
cycles.
just
Yeah.
a part of like rebuilding, and I think that's
100%.
completely okay.
Once Messi's back,
But
So
you guys
Messi brings the
honestly-
whole lean
You guys
back.
honestly think Messi could come back to Barca though?
I to be honest, once I heard Xavi talk about it and I heard our president talk about it, that gave me so much more hope.
He's
the fact
also-
that like you can know that they're looking into it.
His family also like they still have their home
They
in
still have their home,
Barcelona.
yeah.
The kids and the wife apparently want to go back. Like that's where the kids grew up. That's where they were born.
That's their
So the
house.
thing is,
Yeah,
and
that's their
he's
home.
super close with like Busi, Jordi Alba, like Xavi as well. Like he's so comfortable there that the thing is the transition. He knows that it would be easy. That's one thing that they could at least bank on. I don't know how Barca like will they win with him? I mean,
Yes.
Argentina did so.
Yeah.
The one thing, because again, it will take a couple seasons for the Liga and this opposition to like come back again. Madrid's going to stay Madrid. Atletico Madrid is going to keep like fumbling every bag that they have offered to them, and then it's just who is it going to be? Villarreal, who are always like mid to high top table. Betis, who are also like suffering.
Everyone else is kind of mid.
Well, Villarreal also lost Unai Emery this year. That was
Yeah.
tough for them. That was tough. They were
Yeah,
doing
That
well.
was true. And I just feel like Messi, like he's won everything.
Yeah,
And what's a better thing to come home?
yeah.
You know, he's like, what else is he gonna have to win?
I'm
Come
not.
to a Barca team where like you know,
But Barca need Messi more than Messi needs Barca.
It's always though. I feel like. How
Wait,
it's
say that
been,
again?
no?
You think so?
Barca need Messi more than Messi needs
No, I don't
Barca.
think so.
Yes.
At this point,
Messi, why does Messi need to go back to Barcelona? There's no reason why he needs to go back.
bro, he's not loved at PSG.
But there's no reason.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he has to go back to Barca. I see what you're saying.
he doesn't need to go back. Like he's done it all. He can go play somewhere else, try something different. But
Where else is he gonna go, though?
But he can still get minutes at Argentina, just like Ronaldo's going to Saudi Arabia, getting the bag. He's still seeing minutes in Portugal, scoring 4 goals in their past
National
week
team.
national team
Yeah.
and stuff. So he doesn't need to go back to Barcelona. Barca,
but he wants
Barca,
to come
sorry,
home.
Barcelona and La Liga need Messi
Yeah.
because that's when the views are going to come back. That's when the league's going to come back to where it was. I don't know why just one player really changed that league.
You might be spitting.
Yeah,
I don't know why one player. He's the best player in the world.
No,
Like,
it's true. It's true. It's true. But just like for La Ligue 1, they don't need Messi because you have Mbappe, you have Neymar. Premier League doesn't need Messi because the league's already top.
I think
Same thing with Serie A. Maybe it'll help the league, but the league is still continuing to grow. Napoli is doing a great job with the players they're signing. Serie A does great with their signings. And the thing is that, yeah, maybe La Liga does need Messi to bring them back to where it was.
No, I see. I
It's just
see the
viewership, fans, like selling tickets, anything.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I agree.
I see the perspective. Yeah, like economically, yes, like the marketing, the jersey sales, the overall like health of the league,
The
yes.
competition, too. Like, they'll
Yes.
be able to compete again in
But-
Champions League with Messi.
But
That's exactly-
But as from a sporting perspective, as a Barca fan, I don't know how I feel about it.
That is
Damn.
that is blasphemy.
I don't-
Like, I can't even understand the best player in the history of the team, and you don't want them to come back when they're still maybe in their prime. They just won a World Cup. They're gonna win the Ballon d'Or this year. You don't want that player back?
You remember how Barca was Messi's last 1 or 2 seasons there? It was
Yeah,
bad.
but that
It
was
bad.
miserable because that's
was
when
under Koeman.
But but you don't think
under Koeman.
okay, but you don't think when Messi comes back, the whole flow of the team changes. That ball's going right back to
It's
him
gonna
every
be
time.
disrupted, bro.
And it was disgusting to
No,
watch those
but
last couple of seasons.
that was also like Pedri was just getting like settled in there. Like I think that was a completely different team. Messi had no one to work with. We're talking that was Luke De Jong, Memphis Depay days. Like
he had no attackers to play with.
It was bad.
chill out.
He
It
had
was
Suarez
bad.
and Griezmann.
No.
Suarez and his
Suarez.
last.
Yeah.
he
I'll
had
finish
one
Suarez.
leg
You
at
see
the
what he
end.
did right when he went to Atletico?
That's
he won in
true.
the league.
Okay,
No,
and then
actually,
what?
I
After that
actually
season,
do,
he
I do love
left.
Suarez. I do, but Griezmann was also never really treated properly at Barcelona,
I know.
in my opinion.
I agree.
So, but that's not on Messi.
It isn't.
But I think Messi is, you can say that you base a team around him, but Messi is also a pivot and a provider. He will get the ball to those players that it needs to. It's not every ball has to go to Messi.
And you make it seem like Messi doesn't assist.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No, I never said that.
You have, and now you have
He brings the best out of every player.
I think what Jay's saying is that they're gonna be too dependent on Messi like they were before, and like his latter years at Barca, and that's not good right now for the club because they are transitioning.
Mm-hmm.
It's a young team. Like, eras are allowed to end. Like, I love Messi coming back for the story. Like, oh, like the king comes back. Like, it's great, but like, it was also revealed Ter Stegen had a bad relationship with Messi. That's one of our best players this season. Dembele had a bad relationship with Messi. That's one of our
about Dembele.
Okay,
Get him out of here.
Oh, those are just rumors.
They may be just rumors,
can
but
go.
are you guys serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
I can't have them.
How are you feel? How do you
This
get?
is-
How do you like a player that spent more time on the bench than on the pitch, wasting money?
This was our best player this season before he got injured.
You
was.
say it again. Was. He's not anymore because he doesn't play.
You're telling me Dembele was better than Pedri this season?
Yes. He was leading the league in assists.
Watching.
He was leading the league in assists.
And now
The
we're
first half of the season, I'd say Dembele. Yeah,
Dembele started off hot.
he started off hot. Yeah,
but then crashed so hard
No,
that I
he
think,
didn't
in my
crash.
opinion, the way he's... Where is he?
Okay. If you're saying he crashed when he got injured, yes, he's obviously not on the pitch, but he didn't
missed
crash
so
like on the
many
field.
crucial games for Barca.
Okay, he's not healthy. Like, what do you want? What do you want me to do about it?
I know it's not his fault.
I'm not on the medical team.
What
do you want me to do?
If it was just this year, I'd be like, nah, don't even worry. Every year we see this time and time
You
again.
can't depend on a player like that.
Okay,
not-
reliability and dependency is one thing, but when Dembele is on that pitch, you don't think it makes a difference?
I think it does this
No,
year.
you don't-
but there
you
are-
shouldn't just think, you should know.
No, because Coleman times, I remember Dembele would take the ball, run up the flank, hold it, should have passed, didn't, lose the ball. Every single play.
And
it
notice,
was
low-key,
you just said Coleman times. We're not under Coleman right now. We're under Xavi.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
guess what
but
Messi
he's-
can do under Xavi?
Oh my god.
You're making it seem like everything that
it's the
Dembele could do,
injury
Messi
thing.
can.
It's the injury thing for me, man.
And-
You
no,
never
that's
know
fair,
when he's
that's
going to
fair.
be there. He was meant to be one of the next big players. He has the pace. He has the technical skill. His touch is disgusting. He has the
Double-footed.
shot. Exactly. There's so... But
You're saying so many good things.
because he gets
could've
injured.
been.
Because he gets injured. He's not top. Not top 20. No, not even. No chance.
No, I think that's blasphemy.
Nah.
That's blasphemy.
No way. If you cannot rely on a player and they're not healthy and fit enough to play, what are you doing? Yeah, okay, maybe he has 10 good games of the season, but where is he for the other 40?
He's offered more than what the other three have done in this position. Rafinha and Ferran Torres.
That's fact.
Oh yeah, but
course.
those two are also.
Wait a minute,
like,
wait a
it's
minute, wait a
not-
minute.
They're not great.
Wait a
I'm
minute,
not
yeah.
happy
Wait,
about
wait.
them.
Then you're comparing someone who literally provided for like 10, 15 games in the season. Like you're gonna get great results from him compared to like a pylon. You're just a player you're gonna toss in there. Hopefully, he does some magic.
No, but the thing is, I don't know what I'm gonna get from him.
No, you
because
know.
because like I said, there are games where he holds the ball
There are
so
games,
much
okay.
he
Not
does
this
not
season.
pass.
Not this season.
No,
He's
not
changed
this
this season.
season. But then look at what
Why are you
happened
living in
to
the
this-
past though?
What am I supposed
No,
to
it's
base
true.
this
It's true.
on?
No,
What am I
no,
supposed to
no.
base-
Base it on this season with Xavi and how well he's done with the players, and he's really changed some of these players into like better.
This season,
More
he's
discipline.
played
Yeah,
very well under
A lot
Xavi.
of players have really come a long way and played better. A player like Jordi Diallo, who was really played poorly, finished the last 3 seasons. He's brought it back a little bit here, but yes, there's a player like Balde who's younger, who's going to take the minutes from him, which is fine. But besides that, you have Araujo's in form, Ter Stegen's in form, Pedri and Gavi are like still great performing under him.
Frankie.
Dembele, Frankie De Jong is coming back. He's playing center back under Koeman. Now he's playing back in his role position, box to box.
And at the end of the day, I think it all comes down to Xavi. Dembele stayed more because of Xavi. De Jong didn't want to leave because he loves Barca and because of Xavi. I think Xavi had the biggest role in this whole team.
He put trust in the players.
He put trust in the players, and he also brought discipline to players like Jordi Alba, who was arrogant. He didn't want to listen to anyone. Now he understands his role. He's a sub. I'll give my minutes to the next player, the next generation. I'll do my thing. And look, now Jordi Alba, when he comes on or restarts, he plays good.
Bro, I will say, like, you guys talking about Jordi Alba playing bad is next. Like, he is, you can say whatever you want about
No,
his
he's one of
personality,
the-
but there was the connection Jordi Alba and Messi, had, stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
I actually don't even understand.
100%.
Yeah,
Just
Prime,
cut
yeah,
back
that's
right
Like,
to
no,
Messi.
No,
that
prime
was like,
Jordi Alba was
even
nasty.
like there were times post Messi where he would be the only player crossing the ball in, and it's like, how is this the provider for the goals right now?
Yeah.
And that's when we were at our lowest point.
Yeah.
No, there was that connection prime was good to watch, but you guys are talking about injuries and whatnot. Wait, isn't Ansu Fati always injured? Isn't
Yes.
Pedri somehow always injured?
No, I wouldn't say
He
that.
is.
Ansu Fati, and I'll give you
His
Ansu Fati
injury
for
record
sure.
is-
Ansu
Yeah.
Fati also wearing number 10 is in like I hated that, but Ansu
Someone
Fati
had
for
to.
No one
sure.
else
Get
was
it.
gonna take it though.
Yeah.
I wish they would have retired it. Honestly,
They
I swear.
couldn't.
I was praying. I wish they would have.
Who else would you like to have?
It's
it?
against the rules.
Someone
You
has
can't
to
retire
have
the
it.
number.
No,
I said Pedri
Because
at the time.
people at the time were
that
saying
would be the only player.
people were saying Aguero. But where would that have led?
Short
right?
term.
Yeah.
Very
no.
short term. And then who would have got it?
No, a number 10 has to be a forward.
I
Can't
think
be a
it was just
petty
the way that
midfielder.
Messi left. And like
Yeah.
he was so
He
sad,
didn't-
and then
he
and they
didn't-
gave it to Ansu Fati, who we were still like
Yeah.
kind of like just getting to know, and we were like, "What is this?" Like it was.
I was glad he got
Ansu
number
Fati
10.
was hot
Yeah.
the moment he got
I
the
was
send.
glad he got
Sure,
number
but
10.
that also we're talking about like legend status number 10,
Okay, but that,
Messi.
whoever's taking that number still has to
Yeah.
live up to it. That's it. Whoever it is.
That's a heavy
Give it-
shirt.
You can give it to Ter Stegen. He's not gonna live up to it.
I mean, Ansu
Anyway.
Fati didn't live up to it.
Yeah.
No one's gonna
time,
live
he's
up to
still-
it.
No, I
it's
hope for
tough.
Ansu Fati because he is still young, but he is always injured. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Like, it's frustrating that the way that has kind of turned out. But I still hope because he's so young that maybe he can turn it around.
And the thing is too.
And that's what I hoped for Dembele.
How old is Dembele?
And it didn't
yeah,
work
but,
out.
okay, but how much did Barca pay for Dembele and how much was Fati?
Okay, but what
we
is-
raised Fati off the streets?
Exactly.
What does the transfer fee have to do with Dembele?
Wasted money,
He didn't
bro.
choose that transfer fee.
No, it's not about him choosing the transfer fee, but there's going to be a sour taste when you put so
course.
much down
There's a
for a
value on a player at that
and you
point.
see the way they're playing at Dortmund,
I'm
and
a-
you're like, this is going to be it. And then they come, and then they do not perform, and they constantly get injured, and you're just like, and there it goes.
There
like
you go,
year by
exactly.
year. No, there is, you can't, it's not his fault, but it's not Barca's fault either.
Okay. I just want you guys to keep that same energy with the other injured players. Because
I always keep it 100,
no,
bro.
let's not beat around the bush.
Always.
You're
No,
capping, bro.
always.
Let's not beat around the bush. This Pedri injury history, it's not looking good.
Yeah, but he's been playing how many games since
I
he
was about
started
to
at
say
18
that.
years old?
Pedri,
That's-
like,
that
Foden was
turned
rinsing him in like the
gray.
last bar of soap,
That
bro.
stems from Coleman era. Exactly.
No, Pedri played every game, not only for Barca, but for Spain as well.
I was there.
You know
Yeah.
that bar of soap you have in your
Fact.
bathroom, bro? That's like diminishing. It's like tiny like that. That was Pedri.
Okay, but
that was
that-
Coleman with Pedri.
But
That's
that
crazy.
doesn't take away from the fact that he's still not playing when he's injured. He's off the pitch, whether he played a lot of games or not. Like Dembele, he's not playing.
But what's that due to the fact to? Is that him or his management?
Maybe it's Dembele's management too, that he's getting injured.
Well, yeah, Dembele wasn't serious with his career at first. He finally did after he got married in his what, fifth season at Barca?
Because he
real.
finally had a coach that believed in him.
Xavi,
Xavi.
yeah.
Look,
Greatest
look,
What are you talking about Coleman
wait.
for?
So Xavi believes in Dembele, but not you guys. I'm gonna listen to what Xavi's
You
saying.
don't know us, bro. What do you mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah, how is Xavi believing in Dembele, but not you?
How much more can I believe? It's been 5 years.
So honestly, yeah, like I can't rely on him. If I can't trust you, how do we build a relationship off trust? Come on.
This is
No,
You're gonna say you're gonna play and then you don't.
he's just one of those players that I'll never stop believing in him.
I love that. But
I love that for you.
Get a tattoo. It says Dembele forever.
Not for Barca.
No, it's because I've never seen a footballer like
I truly think you're
get
in
me
love with
off my
him.
seat the way when Dembele gets that ball and attacks at pace.
Is this
No,
true?
I've-
Does
Did
he get
you-
that excited when he sees
Did
Dembele
you feel
play?
the same way about when Dembele was playing at Dortmund?
He was good, but for me, Sancho was much better.
Ooh.
Yeah,
that's
Sancho
facts.
was rated in 2019. Sancho was the second best young player in the world after Mbappe.
Yeah.
Like it was a
Like Dembele was
rated.
exciting. He was quick. He was electric. But his problem is always final ball, final third. He doesn't have his head. And I think when you're playing for a team like Barca, especially when your transfer fees that high, you need to have that final ball.
Yeah.
He's worked on
there's
it,
no
though. He worked
question.
on it.
He's
But-
done his thing. And I think like at the end of the day, like you're paying that much because you believe that the player has that talent. He has all the tools in the world, and all he needed was the toolbox. And Xavi's kind of helped him find the toolbox, but he's injured. If he stays fit,
Because someone like Lewandowski is greatly benefited from Dembele's presence.
Yeah, because he can create.
Now that he's gone, he's not getting as many goals.
That's true
And
too.
that's why
Wow, would you look
when
at that?
when
Wow.
Messi comes back, I think Lewandowski is gonna benefit as well.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if he could come back though, because Barca are in serious debt right now, bro. Like they
Yeah,
can't
this
they
is-
can't
this
renew
is-
Araujo.
This is the real issue.
They
on
can't
the
renew
table.
Balde. Like how are they gonna register Messi?
Gavi's leaving on a free.
No,
No.
man.
He
I
said he's
actually
not
can't
leaving.
Have that.
He's not leaving.
He said he's
Like,
not leaving.
There's no way. He's Barca prodigy too.
Well, he
And
dies
that's-
with
Not
that.
okay, but not who are you dropping now? Who you have to get rid of some
Drop
players.
anyone.
honestly,
You have to sell probably
You
Frenkie.
have to get rid of Ferran Torres and Rafinha, and then you're left
Take
with
them.
Dembele still.
honestly,
That's fine.
No, take all
Take
three.
them.
Like honestly, I'm sorry.
But then
I'm
who you?
sorry,
Who,
but like this is how I feel.
what right winger is coming in on a free for you guys? Because that's
Messi.
all you guys do. Freeze, freeze,
I don't think
freeze.
Xavi will play him right wing though.
That's all, Messi is not a right winger, and at the end of the day, when Messi comes to
don't know.
PSG, you need a right winger. You need someone to provide on the wing,
No.
unless you have your right back Araujo running down the wing for
Man,
you.
look how he played
Or
with
Koundé.
Iniesta when Iniesta was a winger.
That's
You're gonna
false
ha-
winger.
you're
That's
gonna
what
have-
Gavi's doing now,
That's
bro.
what Messi's gonna be, a false winger.
It can be done.
It can't,
can be
You're
done.
talking about the best player in the world.
Yeah, but you had Iniesta playing on the left wing with Jordi Alba making runs out wide.
had-
you have
you
no
had
right
Messi-
back. You have no right back or right wingers. You have no right side.
You guys are signing Thomas Meunier.
Nah, bro.
we got that guy from
You have
MLS.
Koundé and Araujo swapping right back
Oh,
role.
yeah, next-
The guy from the MLS.
Yeah, I don't know. That to me,
Julian
I was like, I
Araujo?
gotta stop.
The guy from MLS.
The blue hair guy.
Stop.
shady.
This is
that was a little shady.
We're talking about the FC Barcelona guy from MLS.
Hey, man.
Come on.
Enough about Douglas.
That's crazy.
I don't know. Like Messi needs that proper farewell, but I don't know how Barca are gonna do it.
yeah. That's
They're in
on-
debt. I don't
yeah.
know how it's gonna
Because
happen.
he's not free. He's still one more year at PSG. No.
Not
No,
this year.
he's
It
free.
ends
This
in
is last
June.
year.
That's how
okay.
it gets
Free.
Yeah.
done.
Barca sees free and they
Yeah,
have
no,
their
he's-
lights to glow.
he's-
Barca doesn't see
So
free.
he's
Barca
going back.
sees Messi.
Yeah.
It's not free.
Yeah.
I think the only way they could get Messi is if they sell like Frankie or maybe Fati.
They probably will. They'll probably sell both.
Shit, no. I don't want them either
No,
one.
see, that's the Frankie to Man U rumors are coming up again, and it's stressing me out.
It's hot. Man U's clearly a better squad, and he has.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Right now, yes,
Listen,
you guys
you
got
can
slapped.
have
Man.
the
What
Mickey
are you-
Mouse
you're not-
double, Carabao Cup in Europa.
Oh, wow.
We'll take a league at least.
Man,
They're
you
not
guys,
winning
you guys will
Europa.
now make top 6 in Premier League if you guys win.
No.
Not winning Europa.
Come on.
Stop.
You're not winning Europa or the league.
Stop.
I think Barca can beat Tottenham. I'll put my money there. So that's
Tottenham are also in 6th or 7th right now.
No.
said top six.
Are they not top 6?
They are. No,
Come on.
Tottenham are 4th.
Barca,
No, we're fourth.
Barca would slap up Newcastle.
Everton as in 3rd. Everton was slapping.
Yeah,
you guys.
Newcastle's in 4th.
Everton's not in third.
Sorry, Everton,
Bro, it's
Newcastle.
Arsenal, City, Newcastle, and Spurs top 4.
Oh,
Oh,
my
sorry.
God.
Did you guys actually question?
We're all
United
tied in
fifth?
points. We're all tied in
There was a
points.
game
We're all
today.
tied in
United
points.
5th and
We're all-
Brighton 6th.
We're all tied in
Oh
points.
yeah, Spurs tied today against Everton.
Yeah, 2 red cards.
Barca is easily third
A
place.
team that
in front.
tied against Everton and they lost their managers in 4th place in your league.
So okay,
That's
so
crazy.
Barca's what 12 points ahead of Madrid. What place is Madrid finishing?
Oh my God, Madrid don't play La Liga. They only play Champions League football.
They only say that when they're not.
It's
winning.
true.
Yeah, when they're not winning La Liga.
It's true.
When they're like,
It's not. It is true. Like, it's not a fact. No.
It's true.
fact.
Okay, but look, my verdict on Messi. I'm gonna say this to the cam.
be emotional.
I love Messi. He gave me everything. He built this club on his back, but I do not want Messi back. Chapters closed, books closed. It's like going back to your ex. Like it's not needed. The era's done. It would bring more trouble than good in the sense that there's clearly some beef with some players on the team. He's gonna bring favorites, like you said. He loves Boosie, Jordi Alba, guys. I don't want to see in the starting lineup anymore. And him coming, he's gonna have that influence. He has that locker room influence. He's gonna want his guys to play, and it's that simple. And I think the chapter's done. The team is young and free flowing. Close the chapter. Close the book.
And now we'll backfire on that.
Backfire.
We're talking about a player that just finished winning the World Cup.
Fixed.
He won.
Fraudulent a little bit. How many penalty goals?
Here we go.
I actually can't. I actually
You're making it seem like he
you
wasn't
guys-
the best player on the team.
That's it's
didn't carry.
disrespectful.
No, he
Like,
did. He did carry. He did carry. But I don't want to go too into this. But when he did that handball, why no card? Honest, why no card? Where his hands are in the air, why no yellow card
Against Netherlands.
against Netherlands?
Second yellow card.
Why no card there?
But why do you think that's on Messi?
No.
That Netherlands
It was
game.
Messi.
No, for sure. But he's not gonna pull out a card on himself. That game, first of all, was heated. I'm not disagreeing
Yeah.
or disagreeing that he should have or not whatever gotten a card, but that's not on the player. We see how many times also like are we actually gonna bring in like VAR and all of that where we see that there should have been a card or there should have been a call and there wasn't? Like we do have to still allow, I think, space for some error. And I hate the narrative that this was fixed for Argentina or for Messi. because look at what this guy did with an honestly mid team. If this guy wasn't on this team, are you kidding me? They wouldn't have gone past the round of 16, in my opinion. Players like Julian Alvarez just getting started. Okay, Alexis McAllister, all right. And maybe Rodrigo de Paul kind of got better as the games went on. Everyone else, no chance would they have done anything without this guy. So, like, don't. Oh, no, this is a sensitive one for me.
It's a sensitive one for me, too.
I know, and you're Brazilian. I get it, the hatred. Because they beat you with the Maracanã.
It's sensitive in the opposite end where they don't deserve it.
But also, let me just say this. Also understand, you're talking about a team that's mid table or mid players. You know what I mean? But look how well they played with Messi. And why is that? Because Messi brings the best out of the players.
That's exactly it, though.
You think Martinez would play like he was a world-class keeper?
Like,
Julian Alvarez, every time he played, he scored a goal. He had a midfield who was so compact, and they played for the badge, and they played for Messi. You think Barcelona with Messi wouldn't do the same? These players play for him?
No.
Do the best?
There's a lot of fishiness in that World Cup, bro.
These players would not play for Messi the way the Argentine team did.
Bunch of brats. Come on, what's wrong with you?
Low key.
Okay, look, I never said Messi didn't play well. He was definitely the best player at the World Cup. He carried the team, 100%. I fully agree. But I think, look, maybe it was fixed, maybe it's not, but I think it's completely naive to not think that it's possible it could be fixed. This is FIFA we're talking about. The World Cup has been fixed a lot. 1978, Argentina's first World Cup, is the shadiest World Cup win of all time.
Yeah, that was also when there's dictatorship in that country.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely, I mean, I guess
France bought the 1998 World Cup from Brazil.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Here we go.
I mean, listen, the thing is, okay, I'll be honest, like, we're not going to dance around the fact that we all know FIFA is corrupt, 100%. Yeah. But if we are going to go down that rabbit hole, screw you and your 5 cups.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean? No. And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful to you. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you or Brazil. But I'm saying if we go down that rabbit hole, then I think you start looking for everything. And honestly, you guys remember when that Netflix FIFA documentary came out, like right before the World Cup? I started watching it. I had to stop because honestly, especially working in this field, I was disgusted. Because I was like, it's so bad. It's not. It sounds bad because it sounds like, okay, just be ignorant. But honestly, it's so hard to see how much negativity and how much controversy and conspiracy is in the sport that we love and then be a fan of it. Yeah. I honestly think sometimes you just have to turn your head. And if you really feel like Argentina, maybe had some advantage here in the World Cup, then feel that way. But I think that if you think like that, then we can look at the past 30, 40 World Cups since what's his name? The Brazilian guy who ran FIFA. From the 70s.
Yeah, from the doc.
I mean, since he came in, like, it was sketchy. It was really sketchy. Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, I don't want to look at the sport like that. I don't want to look back every year. I don't want to look back at 2010 and be like, Spain won finally and be like, we didn't deserve it.
Don't ruin these memories for me, man.
No, but that's how I feel. Because I think then, like, there's so much conspiracy. I mean, the Juve fan knows all of that.
Oh, wow.
What do you mean? Are you caught it straight?
Yeah. He's not even on camera.
Sky just got it straight.
Get in between them.
That's fair, though. Yeah. I mean, yeah, sometimes.
It's sad.
No, it's good. Yeah. Sometimes it's good. Yeah. Turn the other cheek to try to keep that purity, that beauty as a fan. No, I agree with that point. Yeah. You don't want to look at everything like it's just fixed and like there's this corruption everywhere. Fair. But I'm just bringing the point up.
I don't know. I feel like I would, like, if I really went into, like, that rabbit hole, I would never look at the sport the same again. Yeah. And, like, I'm being ignorant, but, like, I love this game too much. Like, it's...
And at the end of the day, who was mad that Messi won? Everyone knew, and everyone
Brazilians.
I was mad, bro.
I was a little upset.
I wanted that hexa, bro.
But anyone else out of the Brazilian realm...
No,
to be fair, I knew a lot of Brazilians that wanted Messi to win because South America stays together.
No.
It was written in the stars as well.
To be honest, I have a lot of Brazilian and Chilean friends, and they were all cheering for Messi because they go South America hard. I'm just saying, like, you guys, it doesn't have to be you, but I'm just saying that true. That's not necessarily the case.
No, at least the trophies in South America.
What's that?
At least the trophies in South America.
Honestly, I think belongs.
Exactly.
I just hate the chirping, bro.
What chirping?
Yeah, but you guys were sour because they had beaten you in the Copa at home. So there was like that sour taste was there. And not to mention that everyone thought Brazil was going to win that World Cup.
Yeah, I did.
And the choke, like that,
that was bad.
Croatia game.
That was bad.
No, I was in shock. I was sitting there like jaw wide open because I was like, surely this is not happening. Yeah. I had like
Not again.
nah, especially because they robbed us of a Brazil and Argentina semifinal.
That would have been.
I would have loved
That's
that.
what I
would've
had
been
in my
heat.
bracket, and I was like, you ruined it for me.
That Brazil game knocked out exactly where they're going to
No, and
Who'd you have in your
Weird flex.
final?
Final film. We won't talk about that.
Oof, I had
that was
Argentina
bad.
and France, Argentina winning.
France and someone.
Damn.
Yeah, but the rest of it was like a mess. It was only those two, and then everything else was like so screwed up.
Jeez.
Yeah.
no, like I've always said, like I give Argentina the credit. I wish Brazil had the mentality their players have to play for Messi, do everything for him. I wish Brazil did that for Neymar. I always say that, but I didn't want them to win, and it was tough to see.
Yeah. Okay, wait, let's talk about Brazil for a little bit though, because what happened what do you guys think was the biggest issue with Brazil? Because when you look at this squad coming into the World Cup, pound for pound, like they had the best players. If you're like looking at individuals, I think they were one of the strongest teams. Maybe them in France, right? Like individual talent.
A lot of people said the gaffer.
Yeah, well, he's gone.
And that's why
It was weird tactical decisions in that last game. One, I don't know why Vini was coming off in like the 60th minute or whatever, because if anything, he was the one creating the most danger.
Exactly.
He's like one of the most dangerous players on that pitch. Two, Fred in like the very last minutes of the game. This guy's going up top to play striker. Like, relax, bro. You shouldn't be up that far.
Yeah,
on the
you guys
pitch.
are up. Like,
Like, we're up. Relax. Defend the lead. Like,
Exactly.
and then also Cheech not playing Bruno Guimaraes. Because him and Casemiro, they should have been starting together. I don't know why they weren't. We see how well Bruno's playing now for Newcastle. One of the best midfielders in the Prem, I'd say. And not starting him in that World Cup, crazy.
So it's the gaffer.
Yeah,
To an extent, yeah.
It's a mix. It's a mix. There's bad managerial decisions, poor mentality. I don't know. There's something with these players, these Brazilian players, when the World Cup comes about, just in these big games, they just crumble. And it's tough to see. And it's that. And it's also just bad luck. Like, a lot of the times it's just bad luck. Like, in
Yeah, that Neymar back injury. Oh my god, on that.
yeah, the back injury in 2010, we lost because Felipe Melo scored an own goal and got red carded. 2014, Neymar injury, and then that huge loss to
Thiago Silva
Germany,
missing the
7-1.
semi as well, right?
2018, we missed Casemiro, and we absolutely destroy Belgium in that game, and just
It was just a one-off,
Can't
bro.
get in the back of the net. It was a one-off, and then this time, again.
It seems like there's like a miscommunication between the players that and like the recent Brazil that I've watched, because like I said, there's so many talented players on the pitch, but they don't play like a team.
yeah.
And that's what's missing. Like, yeah, that could be the coach and that like him not rallying them to, get the job done. But there seems like, it's almost like PSG. You get a bunch of good players and you expect them to play well, but then they don't because there's like no connection.
A lot of
that may-
individuality. Like a lot of the players going forward kind of want that moment, that like shine on their face. Like Richarlison scoring that goal, like that he was the man of the match. Like Neymar wants to score the winner. Like, Vinicius Junior needs to dribble past three guys to score an assist or score a goal. Besides that, yeah, defensively, Casemiro, he always plays for the badge wherever he is. You know what I mean? And the other midfield, whoever it is, Bruno Guimaraes, I'm sure he does the same thing. Defensively, they're strong. I think just going forward, it's just where they need to like come together. And same thing, attacking wise, you had who do you have? Jesus, was he there?
Richarlison was starting.
Richarlison was starting. Is Richarlison really the best option for Brazil going attacking forward?
Yeah,
That's all they
how
have.
they
That's all they
Right
have.
now, yeah.
They
That's
didn't
all
really
they
have
have.
anyone better,
They have
right?
no
And,
one
like he performs when he puts on the Brazil shirt. Obviously not for Spurs, but he does it for Brazil, right?
Yeah.
That was crazy though, scoring that goal and then going back to Spurs and doing absolutely nothing.
That's tough.
Sitting on the bench.
Nothing.
And the
think-
celebration.
I think he still doesn't have a goal for Spurs this season.
Isn't that
I think no, he doesn't have like he had like a cup goal,
And then
not a
like
league
Gabriel
goal.
Jesus was out for like a few months, and like he's already scored before
I don't think
Richarlison
it's
has.
2023.
Oh my
I think
gosh.
it's 2 for Spurs all season since August.
That's crazy.
Like,
Talk about mid.
So Ancelotti's going then.
would you guys want Ancelotti?
No, no.
Yeah, I'm Ancelotti, and
Didn't
he's
he,
very
uh,
against it.
Oh, no.
Did he come out in an interview saying that he was happy that Brazil were interested in
Yeah,
him?
Guti asked him, and
Yeah,
he was like,
he's saying he was kind of like
"What is he gonna
insinuating.
say though? What is he gonna say? Like
Yeah.
he's gonna say, "Oh yeah, I'm down to go to Brazil when Madrid are about to play Barcelona and play in the Champions League." I don't think so.
true.
Like that would be like bad vibes in the
And
locker
you can't
room.
say no. I would never go there because that's also
Yeah,
like
yeah.
negative on you as an image.
I also feel like we never know. Like
Yeah.
the moves they made. I mean, like
Yeah.
look at what happened with Bayern Munich over the weekend. I'm actually
That was
shocked.
crazy.
I wanted Dortmund to ruin them. Like I was so
Same.
upset with this game because I
feel
think well the way that they handled the Nagelsmann situation I thought was so disrespectful.
It didn't make
Horribly
sense.
disrespectful.
Like
Like-
they're 1 point behind in the league. They're still in
Yeah.
the Champions League. Like
Yeah.
why fire him? You know?
Yeah. And you're going up, and the next two matches are Dortmund. Okay, they won, and then you have to play City next Tuesday. That's so much
With a
pressure
new
for Thomas
coach,
Tuchel.
exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
But like you were saying, maybe they fired him because they saw it's a perfect opportunity to get someone better.
Yeah.
Like Tuchel.
They were worried they were going to lose Tuchel to like Madrid and somewhere where he's going to go and he'll probably be there for a few seasons because I don't think they trusted Nagelsmann.
And would you expect? Would you say Tuchel's a better gaffer in general?
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
You can see even just that one game against Dortmund, like they looked like they controlled the game. And under Nagelsmann, they looked like they controlled the game in the Champions League, but in the league, they never looked that comfortable. It looked like they always had a chance to lose or tie, and that's why they dropped so many points in the league this season. Like in the Champions League, they looked unstoppable because I think the players had something to play for. But when you won the league, like 10 years in a row, sometimes you lose that motivation, right? But I think Tuchel coming in now, I think that shows the players that no one's safe. And I think that's the biggest thing is because I think when you've been with the club for so long, you kind of have that false sense of security.
Yeah.
But when Nagelsmann goes, now you bring in Tuchel, nobody's safe anymore. So you have to play for your spot. And you saw guys like Goretzka, Kimmich, they played phenomenal under Tuchel, where under Nagelsmann, they were kind of sus. You know what I mean? They weren't looking as strong as they did the past few seasons. And I think Tuchel, he knows how to win the Champions League. And I think Bayern, that's what they want, right? I think Nagelsmann, he doesn't have that necessary cup DNA. Like he won the league last year,
Still a
but
young coach too, right?
that was his first trophy. You know what I mean? Like he lost the cup final against Dortmund in the Pokal 2 years ago. He's still a young coach, but is that what you need to win the Champions League? A young coach, how often does that happen? Do you think Barca can realistically win the league or a Champions League with Xavi?
You
Not
never,
yet.
you never know. You
Not
never
yet.
know.
Probably not.
when Messi comes back.
Yeah. When Messi comes back, maybe.
yet.
But Tuchel, he's the guy that
Yeah.
he's no nonsense. He's going to come in. He knows how to win games. And in the Champions League, that's what you need. And I think this was, if any time, the perfect time, international break, get it done. And now the squad knows, like, okay, we need to be for real. Like, we can't drop any more points in the league because the league's not safe. And we can't lose against Man City. And I don't think they will. I think Bayern are going to wrap it up against Man City, to be honest. Tuchel knows how to play against Pep.
That's true too.
And I think that's one of the reasons they brought him in too, because
Mind games.
Pep versus
Yeah.
Nagelsmann, that's just two overthinkers, you know?
Dude.
But
That's how City are gonna lose the game if they.
Yeah.
This is gonna be Pep overthinking this match 100%.
it's facts.
Mind games.
Bayern got that UCL DNA too, right?
And they got the Tuchel witchcraft too, man.
But both
Black
teams are
magic.
coming in hot right now, though. Like you saw the way Man City
Yeah.
just devoured Liverpool. Like I
That
mean,
was
Liverpool's
so
also
bad.
miserable this season, but like City are kind of coming back, and also no Holland. Like they were fine. They were fine.
Crazy.
4 goals. Like I don't know. I can't call this one. I have no clue who's gonna win this game. I just hope it's
A good one.
a mess.
Just straight counterattacks.
Yeah, honestly, no.
A lot
I'd
of
rather
counting.
City go through. I can't. Bayern did too much to us. As a
No, I
Barca
don't want
fan.
City to win.
Damn.
I don't want either of those teams to win. I was hoping Bayern and Real got each other, so one of them would have to be eliminated. Because to get those two out, I can't. But I mean, I don't know. Real could win the whole thing still.
Yeah.
Like,
They probably will. Like,
They just might.
Honestly,
If we're being
Yeah.
honest, they probably will.
Yeah.
They just might.
They got that black magic.
I'm really low on City in CL. They just don't have it in them.
And I just don't want them to win. Them winning just shows like that money won.
Oil
I don't
club,
want them
bro.
to win.
That's
I
why I
just
don't
want
want
them to
them
knock
to
out
win.
Bayern. I want Napoli to win the whole thing. I've been saying this since Barca went out.
too.
I'm on the Napoli bandwagon. They are such a good team. They're actually good football. Think about what teams are playing good football this season, because there are barely any, and Napoli's one of them. They are so, like, they work so hard. The football's fun. They're scoring crazy goals, and they also put a team together last summer after
Yeah.
being completely depleted. I love it. I
best
love it.
players.
I want Napoli to win. I want. Come on.
They
It's
did
tough,
get
'cause
destroyed,
Milan's a
though.
tough matchup, bro.
And they got destroyed by Milan 4-0.
I know. That's what's scary.
It's a tough matchup, but it could have been tougher.
for sure.
It could have been way tougher.
But Milan also have that UCL DNA too,
Yeah.
right? Like they know how to do it.
that's-
Historically, yeah, but like
This isn't
And that matters though.
It does.
It does
In terms of
matter because
mentality.
you bring that presence with you as well. Like Spatty was saying, Milan. If any other Napoli can beat any team, but them coming against Milan has an edge on them.
They just slapped them up 4-0.
they just slapped them up
which
as
is
well.
Going
Yeah.
into that game
Going
is
into
also
that?
like it's gonna.
That's
play
getting
on
in your
Napoli
head,
players.
man. 100%.
Also, the San Siro, like that is one of the toughest places to play.
They
Exactly.
have the same thing with Milan. Milan have like serial winners. Giroud won Champions League. You know, they are winning the World Cup. Like they have winners in that team. Mm-hmm. This Napoli team is literally just smelling their first trophy in how long? Some of these players have never really won trophies before. So it's really different for two different
We'll
teams.
see.
The only thing is though, like this could be the start of like a new Napoli gen. Hopefully,
Yeah,
realistically,
hopefully,
when was
but-
the last time you saw Napoli like this? Maradona, come on,
Yeah.
80s,
For real.
80s, man. Like we're talking now, 2023. Like it's their time.
It's tough because I think Napoli will always be like a feeder club, kinda like a Dortmund,
That's what scares me.
like an Ajax. It's like Osimhen literally said, like everything I do is for my goal to make it to the Premier League. So it looks like he's off. He's probably going to Man United.
That's,
Yeah.
The whole team's gonna get picked apart.
Yeah, like Kvaratskhelia.
Maradona, like
Yeah.
gone.
All right.
And that's what scares me in today's football. Like, players don't have that loyalty to a team. Money talks. And again, your dream is to go to this team. Your dream is to go to this team. No one wants to be a legacy or a legend in the team that they're in. Like Totti. Totti could have gone to any other team, but he stayed at Roma.
Got to feed your family, bro. You got a lot of
That's
dependents,
why
bro.
I don't rate the football now. Like,
But if
it's hard. It's hard.
But if you're in those shoes, like
I know. That's why.
you're going, because with Totti is different. Like he was born in the city. Like he's pure like Romanista at heart. Like he feels like he owes something to the club
Yeah.
to stay. When it's like a Cavada, it's like, yeah, like Napoli is the stepping stone, but what does he really owe to like Naples, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's a kid growing up in Georgia. They didn't dream of playing for Napoli. He said himself, he dreamed of playing for Real Madrid. So the first chance Real Madrid come, he's gonna go.
100%,
Yeah.
bro.
Like you don't want to live with that regret. Like I'm sure Totti does have some regret
Yeah, 'cause
not going to Madrid.
for sure, bro. Madrid came calling me. He's like, nah, I'm staying at Roma.
Yeah, but he's also looked at like the best Roma player like ever. You know, like that legacy is locked into history forever. So it
Yeah.
depends. I don't know. I mean, Insigne.
It depends
could've-
what you value.
Can you imagine being Insigne right now? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he
That's
might
tough.
be going through
Yeah,
it.
he took an L.
Like I actually can't believe he could have been that like that other Italian player staying in Napoli, coming from the streets, legit, and now chooses to go chase the bag for a really mid team in
table,
MLS.
He
TFC.
got kicked out. He got kicked out of the club.
He got kicked out.
They didn't want him anymore.
I thought he went because of the money.
He's a
He
brat.
would have stayed his whole career if he could.
I heard he's not the easiest person to get along with.
Of course.
Damn.
not.
Why? Why you
I don't know.
They met him in the park.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, it was a good move for them. Look at them now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
We'll see. Hopefully, imagine they win the league and Champions League.
That's fairy tale, bro.
Knock on wood.
This ain't,
That-
Dis-
that would
this
be
ain't
good.
Disney Plus, bro.
But that would be so big for football
Yeah.
in general, just to see a team that was just literally built last season or going
But
into
built
this season.
more organically, kind of.
Yeah.
Money did nothing to that. You know, like that was legit just them with good scouts and the players playing for the badge. That would be amazing.
That's football, man.
That's the pinnacle of football. Like that.
Or just see like a not lesser known, but just a smaller level team win something. Because like how many times, like remember when Leicester won the Prem, 2016? That was magic.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers
Everyone,
that.
yeah.
We can't count the times Manchester United won it all, but like you
And who
remember
cares about
those
Manchester
moments.
United?
It's been a while.
20 seasons. 28 times, man. Most
When
league
was the last
titles.
time, though?
Doesn't matter. We're still top. We're
Manchester
still
United?
Yeah.
When was it?
2012?
2013.
2012?
That was
A decade ago.
That was
2012,
Van Persie. That was Van Persie.
It was the checkered jersey.
That was Van Persie. That was Van
Oh,
Persie.
that was,
That was Van Persie.
yeah, they don't have a good.
That was a good season,
Good
though.
jerseys.
Van Persie, baller.
Who do you guys think Chelsea's gonna pick up?
There's talks about Nagelsmann going.
Luis Enrique today.
Yeah, apparently they're interviewing him.
Conte.
Yeah. Oh my God, Conte
Imagine.
to Chelsea.
No, Conte's not going to
chance.
Chelsea.
He wouldn't be able to go into that locker room. All those players, no chance.
Those players would be gone.
I don't know. I think most likely it's probably Enrique because I feel like Madrid are gonna want to get Nagelsmann. Because I feel like if Madrid don't win the CL this season, and they're probably not gonna win La Liga, I feel like Ancelotti's gonna dip or get fired.
This is a crazy point in football because usually there's never a good manager available.
Yeah,
Now you have so many.
There's quite a few.
so
Yeah.
many that are available. Like,
Even
you can
last
choose
season or the beginning of the Premier League season, like once one good manager is free, you'll start seeing other teams drop their manager to pick up that guy.
Yeah.
And other teams pick up the other guy. Like
Yeah.
it's a circle.
It's like a draft. Pick one.
No,
Yeah.
it's true.
First draft pick.
But Chelsea, like, if I'm a manager right now, like, that is a tough job to go into.
Yeah.
You're talking
Yeah.
about, like, several stars. Like, locker room's going to be intense. They're in 11th right now. Who knows where they're
11th.
going to finish? No Champions League for sure next year. So get that out of your mind. You're lucky if you have Europa. So you're really going to be next year taking on a job competing for the Prem, and that's it.
And
That is a tough job. Like, you got to go in with some cojones seriously
Yeah.
because, like, it's not, to me, appealing at all. If I'm a manager, I don't want Chelsea whatsoever.
Nah, no
Yeah,
chance.
I'm not touching that club with a 10
I don't
foot
know,
pole.
man.
Bro,
Yeah.
they signed how many new players?
Yeah.
A lot of expensive players too.
And they're
Like,
still mid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I feel like that would some manager would see that as a challenge, an opportunity. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, but at the same
definitely
time,
wanna go there.
managers
and a player
going
like Conte.
managers going to that team. It's like, okay, I have nothing to lose here because if he doesn't do well next season, well, this season's a wrap, right? Let's say they don't make anything at all next season. What are you expected to make? It's going to be hard to compete for the league. You have to at least make top four, and maybe some get a Carabao Cup or a FA Cup, something there.
The thing is with Luis Enrique and Nagelsmann is that they're both younger coaches too, and they both failed at their first big jobs, right? So for them, it's like they got to go somewhere where they can bounce back. Is what I'm thinking.
But Chelsea's not a team to.
But that's why I'm thinking
Chelsea's not
you
a-
can't go to
Chelsea's not the
Chelsea
team,
and have
'cause,
that mentality.
Chelsea
So-
has sacked all their managers in the last
You guys see that list?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Their
like-
the last manager they've had for like more than 3 years or 3 years exactly was Mourinho, and knows what
A while ago.
that was like the first time he was there.
Yeah.
The first time he was
But
there.
that's the thing. You have Todd Bowley running that club as well. That's also really unappealing
As
if
a group.
I'm a manager, because you have no idea what this guy's gonna do.
I don't think so, because what more could you want? No, what more could you want from your owner than an owner that
know what?
spends money?
he's bought
He
it.
doesn't know what he's doing, but he's just
Yeah.
throwing out
Yeah.
money. He's like, here, figure
But
it
it's
out.
better than someone who doesn't. Look at where Conte was at Spurs. Like, I didn't spend
Yeah.
a penny.
That-
And Conte
he ain't
wanted
giving
him
him any
to
money,
spend
bro.
money.
Yeah.
If your owner is just like, here, you want money? You got it.
Take my check.
You're gonna love that as a gaffer.
I don't know, but are you? Because look at how the rotation of this club. Like, they're so unstable to me. Like, and they're also in 11th. It's not like, all right, well, they're going through players and coaches, but they're doing all right. They're not, and they are struggling to score as well. They can't even score. I don't know. Chelsea is like, I wouldn't want to go near them.
Even with the
whatsoever.
checkbook, right? Like you have managers of Potter who came in. Like you had Jorginho, who was rated one of the best midfielders less than 2 years ago, right?
Ballon d'Or. Crazy.
Sent to the bench, right?
Crazy.
That core of the team with Tuchel won the Champions League.
Is gone.
Yes, Conte was injured all of last season and this season, whatever. He was kind of the mid and heart of that soul, but you still have Kovacic, who's still a great quality player. You still have players like Havertz.
You got Fernandez.
You have, but even before the signings though, you have Havertz. You have players who play good with football. You have James, a strong defense, right? They brought in Koulibaly to support a little bit more, but it just the management decisions with Potter coming in and Tuchel getting out is just poor because again, a gaffer like that who does spend the money wants the results now. And then Potter to spend all that money in this transfer window, he assumed he would have gotten the results quick. But you're signing Mudryk, who is still not
That was a crazy sign.
How many mils?
Too many.
Fernandez too. Like he had a good World Cup.
Yeah, no, that was insane.
He had a good World Cup, right?
He's been playing well for Chelsea though.
He's been playing
even
well,
though
but
they spent a lot.
what could you expect
that
from a
much.
player to coming midway through the season to now bounce you back? And the kid also had Messi controlling the midfield with him too. Sure, he was playing by himself, but he had the Paul who's working really hard. Who's playing really hard next to Fernandez? Kovacic and who else?
Should be Conte.
But that's the thing.
And that's maybe what a potential manager candidate is thinking. Like, wow, this seems like good. There's some good talent on this
Exactly.
team, but Potter's an idiot.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what to do with this talent.
No.
And maybe that gaffer's also seeing, wait, I have a Conte who hasn't even played yet at my disposal, ready to come
But
back.
is he low key finished though?
Who, Conte?
Injuries,
Yeah,
man.
I'm not sure
Come
about
on.
Conte. Wait, but
It's
do you
hard.
actually think Potter's an idiot? Because I kind of actually feel like Potter didn't necessarily get the right amount of time. He came into
That's
a
the
Chelsea
thing.
team that was already struggling. Management is pretty crazy. We know that. And then ownership rather. And then they spend £323 million on all these players. And he's coming from Brighton. This is the first big club he's managing. Sure, there's an experience, but I don't think he was given enough time. And also, what's Chelsea's plan now? You guys aren't going to finish top four anyways. Why don't you let the season ride out and see what happens? There's so much drama around you that I think it's just making you less and less appealing to other coaches now. And I don't think they gave Potter enough time, truly.
The thing too with the new ownership is like I don't think Potter needed the players they signed.
I was
I
gonna
think
say
the
that.
ownership told you slap the money, drop the money because if I just bought a club, I'm going to present myself as like, yo, this guy has money. Let's just drop it. And like he got the biggest signings of the transfer window, right? Spending all that money. That's always a good sign from ownership. Is like, yeah, I'm here. I'm going to spend the money. You know what? We're going to do it. But Potter's like, now I have to play these players.
Yeah.
Now I have to run Mudryk on the wing, who's really done nothing since he's got in there. And Fernandes, sure, he's a great signing, but like Potter is kind of like given a team that he has to like work around with.
Yeah.
And he has like 11 players that he needs to be playing like every single game.
Yeah.
With Brighton though, like he had nothing to lose there either with Brighton because he knows he's a team that's still like brand new into the season, into the league, and he has young quality players too.
Bro,
And-
Brighton are sick right now.
And they're doing really well. Mitoma, Caicedo, McAllister, Estupinian. It's different expectations. So like Potter I don't think he's a bad manager. I don't think he's really poor or stupid at all. I think he just was given the worst club at the moment, and
too much for him at
and
that
the
point.
ownership was really pushing him to do a lot, and gave him the money to spend, but he didn't need to spend the money.
No.
And the thing is, when you spend the money, you have to play those players.
Yeah, go.
Oh my gosh.
Let me get it. Here.
This is insane.
You sit on his lap, bro.
Change this.
I think. Okay, I'm gonna
Get down.
I think.
This is
No,
insane.
honestly, I think that
Conte.
sacking him was the best option because of all the managers that are in this pool right now. I do think Conte is the best option because he will not have CL football, which he hates. And what's the reason for him leaving every single club? Him not getting the players he wants. What's Todd Bowley going to get him? The players he wants. So I think he gets easily top 4 finish next year, and I think he could actually push for a title.
Wow.
You're 100%
It's not a bad point, bro.
Look, what else does a manager want? I got these quality players. I got a team that I can control. I have endless amount of money. I don't have Champions League, so I could focus strictly on one thing. Who is that? What is that? That's a perfect situation for a manager like Conte.
Can you imagine the chaos though? Conte and Chelsea. Like, it would just be like week in and week out. Like
Conte-
there would always be a story coming out.
When I think of Conte just walking into the change room, I can just see him like taking out his belt. Everybody sit down. Shut up. The music goes off. The music goes off. All right, who's gonna play for the badge? And he's gonna start.
Is a player like Conte gonna play Mudryk every single game? Does he need a player like him on the pitch? But like that's the thing. Like the team spent no one's paying for that anymore.
They'll send him on loan for like 5 years.
Even like 10-year contracts.
Yeah, the
Like,
thing
this
is
ain't the
that-
NBA.
But
He's gonna be there
who-
for a minute.
Who's a better manager than Conte? He legit talked shite about Spurs owner, and he got sacked.
That's the thing.
He doesn't
I feel
care.
Like Conte
Yeah.
though also has like kind of like a stain on him right now because of the way he went out with Spurs. I mean, we all know Conte. That's
Exactly.
the thing. He's been like this for so long,
That's his
but
attitude.
like
That's
I don't
how
know.
it is.
It's still in people's minds, right? Like this just happened.
yeah.
I don't know. Spurs fans are fuming
But
about it.
at least you can kind of see that maybe Conte is a manager who wants to see his players play well. End of the day,
Exactly.
like he's a manager who really cares about his craft and wants the team to succeed. As much as he doesn't play Champions League, sure, as much as he gets, does his 2-3 years and leaves, but when he wants to do his job, he wants to do it right. He doesn't want to be playing for coaching and managing a team that the ownership doesn't care, where the players don't care. Why am I going to waste my time to
Okay,
spend
why
another
did he
year
go to
here?
Spurs then?
It was a job. How much did he get
Like,
paid?
Yeah.
He got paid. He got paid. Sure, he got paid. But
Opportunity.
at that point, you have no money for the player, for the team, and then he's not going to spend another year just rotting his resume.
It's a waste of time.
Why am I spending my time in Spurs? Might as well just talk shit about the club, get sacked, and hopefully go for a team that that wants to win. And I'm going to put my time and effort, sweat, tears, and anything to just put that team and put it right.
And again, like you said, why did he go to Spurs? Because Conte's that person that wants the worst situation possible to
He's crazy.
do the best.
He,
You know what I
He
mean?
lives for the violence.
He
and the
lives. He
chaos.
lives for chaos, and he wants to bring the best out of the players. He wants the lowest outcome and bring it up.
But do you genuinely think at Spurs that he
he could have changed it.
That's the thing. Like
could've.
I won't blame. Like Spurs are miserable. Like when I watch
Yeah.
them, it's like it's awful. But at the same time, he's a manager. Isn't he supposed to get the best out of these players? You're talking about Harry Kane, England's top goal scorer. Every time he plays for 3 Lions, this guy is doing what he needs to do. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just curious.
Yeah,
like, is it not on him to also get the best out of those players?
But you also had players like Son who literally fell off this season. He had players like
Son
Kulusevski.
didn't have like a terrible World Cup though.
No, but for Spurs, he
But
played
that's what
poorly.
I mean. So it's like I'm seeing these players that are playing with other teams and they're looking okay, and then they come back and it's just like because of the turmoil, because Conte was that negative energy, and I swear that like the players weren't happy, he wasn't happy.
Yeah, at a certain point, a manager does get frustrated. And then the day, like, what can a manager do if he knows what he does for other clubs? He sees success. And when he comes to a club that's again, it's still has always struggled, never trophies here and there, and it's not like the outcome of what you're putting in is not what you're expecting out. Then like, why am I wasting my time? Again, management doesn't, because ownership doesn't want to help, and this team doesn't want to play for the badge. This team is the players on this team are not like hungry.
No, they're
Kane,
not.
sure, Kane,
That's what he
sure.
said.
I'll give it to Kane, but the rest
but
of
Kane
that
is
team
also
is not hungry.
world-class.
The rest of that team is not
The
hungry.
problem was never Conte. It's just Spurs. Spurs are a loser
That's the
club.
thing.
They have no mentality.
Yeah.
And that's the funny thing. The fact that even a manager like Conte, who brings the best out of the worst teams, can't do it for Spurs. That just tells you
Spurs are
the
losers.
levels
Yeah.
that Spurs
Yeah.
is.
Who can go to Spurs?
No one
No.
Is
is
there,
there.
like, who's
Pochettino would have to go back.
No, even then.
That's the thing.
That's the best.
No, because they love him too. But is Harry Kane gonna be there?
Harry Kane's gone.
But where's Harry Kane going?
Man,
No, he's not. We're going.
Man
Osimhen Osimhen is clearly the better option.
I think Osimhen's a better option too, but I think it's gonna be Harry Kane. That
But why are you gonna,
England
if you're gonna
Kane
spend
and Rashford partnership, bro? Come
no,
That's
but
crazy.
Kane needs Rashford more than Rashford needs Kane.
What?
what?
Rashford is providing
don't
so
say
on his
this.
own this season. Rashford this season has done
This
way.
season.
Are you
No, but
sure?
He's been
But-
exceptional for the last how many
So
seasons?
what happens when Rashford doesn't perform? Do United perform? Not really.
Yeah, we need a striker. I know we need a stricker, but we don't need Harry Kane.
You don't think so? I think Harry Kane would be a better fit,
I
like
think
stylistically.
yeah,
100%.
yeah,
United.
possibly. Man, you are looking at the situation. They're like, Harry Kane is Premier League proven,
Yeah, that's
multiple golden
exactly.
boots.
Yeah.
English plays with
Yeah.
some of the boys on the team already.
Yes.
Connect.
He's in his prime already.
Yes, Osimhen potentially an injury scare.
But Harry
They're
Kane's a
looking at Harry
loser.
Kane, reliable
English
A loser.
captain.
captain.
Yeah, okay, I can see it there. I see it there. I see it.
I can see
No
you should've
outside
seen that a long
influence
time ago.
either.
But once
No drip.
once Kane's gone, Spurs is literally like gonna be a bottom of the table team now.
You think?
I don't know about bottom of the table.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Okay, wait. If Kane leaves in the summer transfer window, where are Spurs gonna finish next season?
Oh God.
Like
you don't know who they're gonna sign. You don't know who the coach is gonna be
they're
there.
gonna
don't waste
be
money.
10 or lower. I'm sorry.
10 or lower. Nah, you're
Because you have teams like Newcastle who are gonna be top 10 for the next 20 years.
Newcastle already top.
yeah.
No, they're gonna.
20 years?
Yes,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
They have
Saudi
money.
Arabian
They have money, and they have
bro.
good players, and they have great management. You have Brighton who are doing wonders again. Liverpool obviously they're gonna come back next season. City, you have a bunch of teams who are gonna be up top. Chelsea coming back. There's gonna be some middle table teams who are gonna keep fighting. Spurs have just been like they've been not lucky, but they've just been cruising top 6.
So you don't think they'll continue cruising top 6?
Yeah, like they haven't won anything since 2004.
That's like what, an Audi Cup? It doesn't
Audi
even
Cup.
count.
But-
That doesn't even count. That's a
But still,
car.
but they've always been in the top 10. Like they managed to. So
always
what's
been
gonna
there.
change?
And they're considered a top 6 club in England.
yeah,
right?
which is
They are.
mental.
and they've done that with like mid players.
Yeah.
Like when Aaron Lennon was at the helm.
Roman
Robbie
Pavlyuchenko.
Keane.
Yeah.
Look at the other teams.
Soldado.
Yeah.
Like
So that
Paulinho, Jinx.
That was crazy.
Jinx.
But if somebody buys Kane, they have money. And they'll probably just go to Brighton and buy all Brighton's best players, and all of a sudden Brighton are.
But then
Yeah,
again,
but their
Matoma
chairman doesn't want to spend money,
clear.
bro. Dan Levy doesn't want to spend
But if they get a bag for Kane,
Yeah, no,
you
they're gonna
have
have
to
to,
spend
though.
money.
You have to, but
You
he doesn't
have
want
to.
You just said it right there. Dan Levy does not want to spend money.
Nah, bro.
And then you look at a Chelsea. That owner wants to spend money.
He's doing it for
More
fun.
attractive job.
Yeah.
He's doing it for
Yeah, this guy's literally glasses on, always on the phone
Yeah.
during the games. It looks like he's like, just buy him, whatever.
Bro, he was on Twitter, saw that Arsenal wanted
Yeah.
Mudryk. He's like, nah, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Screw you guys.
No, but also low key that Trossard move to Arsenal worked out in Arteta's favor.
Yeah.
100%.
Trossard for Arsenal was a better move than Mudryk would have ever been, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it worked out.
Because Mudryk, yeah, he's a player who's skillful, he's quick, but Trossard, again, he's coming off the bench.
He's more polished.
Mudryk
Yeah.
too,
polished.
comes off the bench, and what is he going to provide? Like, he's a starter. Mudryk is a starter, and he's not proven really.
Still too raw though.
Yeah, it's
That's the
early.
thing. I don't.
It's early.
He's not a starter.
He's got raw talent, though. He'll come good.
His contract came with has to start every game because I spent this much money.
Like Dembele.
And we signed him for 10 years.
Yeah.
Just like Dembele.
Nah, you can't compare Mudryk to Dembele. Come on. That's
I'm
disrespectful,
talking
man.
about money. You know, and what do you expect from them?
I don't know, man.
No, when Mudryk is early though. He's
Yeah, I
raw.
know,
You can see
100%.
like, and look, like you guys keep saying, look at the turmoil and the situation the club's in. how do you expect some of these guys to succeed in that kind of environment?
No, but I think a lot of them. I think you're right. I think they're gonna get loaned out. Like I don't think we're gonna see a lot of these guys.
How many wingers
that's-
are on
that's
that team?
Chelsea are
just
notorious for loaning.
Yeah.
I don't
guys.
even know
Yeah, but
some
that's
of the
thing.
wingers
Like,
still.
let him
Vitesse
go
still a
and play
club.
somewhere where he's gonna start every match and get those minutes and actually play football, and then
Yeah.
we'll see. But yeah, it's early days. I
Yeah.
don't think anyone.
They
should
still
be
have
judging him.
Lukaku. They still have Lukaku.
No, that
coming
guy's
back.
finished.
And they signed
that in.
Nkunku as well.
That guy's
They
finished.
signed Nkunku. They
They
signed
signed
the
Nkunku as well.
15-year-old
That's a big
Ecuadorian.
signing.
Gosh, man.
They're signing 15-year-olds now, man. They're looking into the next 20
Oh,
years.
Yeah, didn't they just get some next guy like
From
a
Ecuador.
couple? Yeah. Oh, yeah, he is from Ecuador. He's
Supposed to be the
literally
next
he's
best guy.
literally like 15.
He's
isn't
15
he?
years old.
I went through his
he's playing
Instagram and I was like,
Sounds
I'm
illegal.
such a
Yeah.
child.
That's
So
crazy.
sad.
Like this was never happened before. This never happened before that. Like someone was signed for a team and you can't go to that team for 3 years.
Yeah, man.
Imagine that.
Nah, it's like that in
Crazy.
Brazil too. Until you're
No,
18,
South
you
America,
can't go to
South
Europe.
America.
Imagine-
It's just
South
so
America.
nuts to me.
Imagine I was active when Barca signed Messi on the napkin.
Yeah.
They just couldn't pick him up.
That's crazy.
So crazy. But like that, like when Barca signed Messi, like I feel like that's like such a rare. That was like a rare thing back then.
it was
you
on a
like
napkin.
they brought. No, but like now people are like teams are going for players at like such a young age doing this.
Exactly.
Who did Real Madrid sign that they're gonna get in like 2
Endrick.
years?
Endrick.
Yeah,
Endrick.
like the
16 right now,
Brazilian,
yeah.
and that was like last year. I remember being like, he's gonna come so soon, and then I was like, no, it's not for like 3 more transfer
Yeah, more
windows.
years,
And I was
yeah.
like, what the hell is going on? Like it's so crazy that they're like looking so far when you have
exactly.
no idea like who's gonna be the gaffer, who's gonna be on the team, where the team's gonna stand. Like it's kind of strange for me.
That kid get injured.
that
Is he
kid
gonna live
can-
up to the hype?
Yeah, that too. Oh my god.
Career
You're
ending
legit,
injuries.
Yeah.
you're legit paying all that money
It's a
just
gamble.
for the potential.
It's a gamble.
It's such a gamble.
Yeah, that's how these teams are nervous on missing out on that.
Exactly.
That generational player.
Bro.
Yeah.
Like ever since Florentino Perez missed out on Neymar,
Yep.
this guy
Yeah,
didn't stop
that's
signing
true.
Brazilians.
Vini,
Vini, Rodrigo,
Rodrigo.
because he couldn't miss out on that generational talent. So
Endrick now.
It's a gamble you want to take.
But even players like Cavada, like they're gonna look far and beyond
Yeah.
for the next best thing. Like who thought like I'm gonna go find like a kid in Georgia scouts. I'm gonna go to Georgia. Be right back. I gotta play to Georgia to
Nice.
catch.
You know what I mean?
Soccer scouts right now, like can you imagine? Like their jobs must be
Stressful and
Yeah.
they're definitely
not
getting
sleeping.
getting paid the big
Yeah.
bucks because if you're a good scout and you're scouting the best out there, like any
Oh,
team,
yeah.
any big team wants you.
You're getting the bag.
Because at the end of the day, like they're spending the money, but they're gonna make money back from all these sales, future sales, whatever it is.
You're gonna
sure.
see a lot of players come, young players from different countries, from random countries. You're gonna see because now you're realizing that scouts are not staying in Europe.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. now.
Passport. Sports
Not to
getting
mention
stamped.
The World Cup is expanding, right? So
Mm.
we're
Yeah,
gonna see
that
like
too.
the Mollies coming through and stuff like that. Like it's just more opportunity. How do you guys feel about that, by the way? World Cup?
Expanded World Cup.
Yeah. No, we hate it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not
about it.
feeling it. Like, it's not broke.
It's too
Why try
much.
to fix it? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, it's
It's
way
not
too
such a
big.
prestigious. It's a prestigious trophy. That's why it's this many teams. You know what I mean?
They're only doing it for the money, obviously.
It's
right?
only for the money.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. Like, the World Cup is these are the best teams in the
It's
world.
the prestigious tournament.
Right?
Like, keep it at that. Don't bring
it
in
at
like
that.
these small feeder teams. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but for me, one thing I like about it, like you were mentioning, like imagine you're a kid from Mali, and now you have the opportunity to play at the World Cup against Brazil, and if you go out there and you ball, that's a life-changing move.
It is.
So it's like
a lot of players have made
James
huge
Rodriguez.
transfers
the
because of
World Cup is it's the biggest stage, and it's like I'd love to see more players from unknown countries get that chance.
Yeah.
To just think about how much more talent is maybe just undiscovered right now because they never got to play in that huge match that had millions of viewers. But now they will. And you might find who knows what kind of talent. And I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, especially because of big tournaments like the World Cup, or even like Champions League is already like the best
It's
of the
set,
best.
yeah.
But like World Cups, sometimes the fans really say like, "Wow, this kid played well. This guy was crazy." Like, and we're doing a bit of the scouting ourselves here.
Oh, especially on Twitter, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
All the
so-
Twitter scouts.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I like that idea of maybe seeing the next big talent from like one of these small nations, but there's gonna be a lot of bad nations
Yeah.
in this World Cup. Like, remember?
stat padding.
Stage is gonna be
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, remember when Tahiti played in the Confederations Cup?
Yeah.
They lost 10-0 to Spain.
You're gonna see
They lost 8-0 to Uruguay.
you're gonna see Harry Kane scoring double hat tricks.
It's gonna be interesting though for like stats for like best players.
It's so
insane.
inflated.
Like,
It's gonna be
that's
very
the thing.
inflated now,
You
yeah.
might have like in England who let's say gets to a quarters or even a semi, but Harry Kane puts on a show against like two smaller clubs, and then he wins the
Exactly.
Golden Boot.
And then all of a sudden, Harry Kane is surpassing like R9 all time. in
That
World
is
Cup goals.
scary.
I can't have that, bro.
That is
no,
scary.
I can't have
I don't
that.
want
I
that.
don't like this. No.
Like that breaks my heart. I don't
Yes,
wanna see
that's
it.
very true. Next thing you know, Harry Kane's the top goal scorer of the World Cup.
I can't be having that, bro.
Yeah, I don't
Not
want
on my watch.
What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna do
Harry
something,
Kane's
bro.
about to score the goal. and
Yeah,
see this
you-
guy jump
Yeah,
on
you
the
love
field.
Harry.
You're the biggest Harry Kane fan here, man. What are
He's a
you
good
talking
player,
about?
bro. He's a good player.
Come on, man.
He rates quality.
For sure, bro.
No, but it would inflate like all the individual stats. Like everything would be so skewed.
Yeah.
You're gonna see like I don't know, like Calvin Phillips all-time assister.
Yeah.
World Cups.
No chance.
Yeah. But I wanna end off here on a little debate, the GOAT debate.
Of course you want.
Oh no.
Hey.
What does greatest of all time mean to you, and who's your GOAT?
There's no doubt after the conversation we just had today. But it's Messi. It has to be Messi. For me, it's obviously personal. I think I told you guys off camera, but like growing up watching a player start their career and knowing that I'm gonna see it end, I think that for me, I'm never gonna be able to look at another player like that. Whether it's Pele, Maradona, Zizou, whoever it is. Not to say that I don't love these players, because I do, and they're unreal, and they're some of the best ever. But I think that brings a personal aspect for it for me. But I think what Messi has done with, you know, especially nationally, with a team that really hasn't been that great, and we've seen it get so close for so many years. But as he gets older is when, you know, he wins those national trophies. I think it's also so sweet. And he's also won every single trophy that he can possibly ever win. Like, I don't really like looking at the stats personally. I've never been a stats kind of person. For me, it's the way a player
eye test.
plays.
Emotional. The eye test, exactly.
That's exactly it. I hate when people go, like, especially the Ronaldo Messi debate. We've seen it, like, our whole gen has been like that. They go, well, Ronaldo's done this or that. I'm like, have you seen the way Messi plays? Like, the way he makes you feel, like, it's not normal. So I think for me, that's how I look at it. But then on top of that, just the fact that he's now won everything, I feel like it's just like so settling for me, because he's always been my GOAT. But now I'm like, you know what? For all you guys that want the stats, right in front of you. Yeah. Tell me who your GOAT is. Tell me who your GOAT is.
Tell me and I'll punch you right now.
That was a very passionate answer. I saw you're getting emotional there. It looks like you're about to cry.
But it's like she said, it's like you started reading a book from the beginning and now you're finally seeing the end. And you're just
Yeah.
closing the
Yeah,
chapter.
no, I like that aspect of it.
Want to feel real emotion? Go.
For it just depends what GOAT means to you. For me, greatest of all time, it means a lot of things. Obviously, it means like you're the best player, but also like impact, influence.
That's, yeah.
And that's why for me, like Pele is my GOAT in the sense that no one has impacted the sport on the level that he has. And you couple that with, you know, him having over 1,000 goals, him having the 3 World Cups and all his accolades. I think that no one can reach his impact. And a lot of people say, oh, just because he was the first guy, but someone had to be the first guy.
I give you that, because that's the thing. Pele was the first superstar of the game.
Yeah.
No doubt. He changed it.
Yeah.
There was no one like Pele, for sure. But I do think that Messi has impacted the sport maybe just as much. It's different because he wasn't the first one to do it. But I still think what he's done and contributed to the sport is the same. The thing is, whenever we have conversations like this, I always think about it, it's like, who the hell are we? We're never going to know. Like, we're talking about someone who played at the end of the 50s into like the 80s, and then someone who's playing, you know, in the 2000s. Like, such different times. You look at when Pele won 3 World Cups, only 16 teams competed in that. That's a factor. The pitch was also a disaster. They were playing with way less, you know, resources. A factor that could be good or bad for him. You know what I mean? There's so many things that I think come into play that for me, it's like, I don't know if we're ever going to know. You have your go, I have my go. But like at the end of the day, this is why football brings everyone together.
Exactly. Different opinions.
That was very civil.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be more heated.
I'm gonna cry now.
I thought it was going to be more heated. No, but I want to say one more thing about the impact. You said Messi like potentially has like the same impact as Pele. I don't think so. Because I feel like, look, if you argue that Messi's the best player ever and the best person to ever put on a pair of football boots, then yeah, like I could agree with that. I think that's a good debate. But we've seen like a Messi before, and that was Maradona. Same style, same size, same influence, and having this small guy dribble through a whole team and just completely take over a game. And you see a lot of these young players coming up now. They all idolize Ronaldo. Mbappe, Haaland, all the best players you see, Cavada. They all say their best player, the guy who influenced them the most, was Ronaldo. So is Messi really having that impact on the next generation? Because you could argue that you'll never find another Messi. So how are kids gonna look up to a guy that there's no chance they could ever be as talented as this guy? But then you look at a Ronaldo, you work hard, it's possible you could reach that level.
It's crazy because you're basically saying that.
You're basically saying that
Messi is the GOAT because no one's gonna ever reach him. And no, okay.
But
Let me ask you. Let me ask you.
That's the boat. That's the best of all time, not greatest.
Oh,
I've actually
man.
never heard that. Let me ask you though, if you were to go anywhere in the world, even third world countries, and you show anyone a picture of Messi, my guess is they're probably going to know who that is.
Yeah.
I think it's the reach that this guy has. He is the face of football. And it's like what you said. Yeah, you might not ever be able to be as good as him. For sure, I honestly don't know if anyone will. But that is what makes him so unique, because he does things that you're like, that doesn't even physically, mathematically make sense. There's an aspect to Messi, and that's why he gets compared to being like an alien. Like, he is from outer space. He's not from this universe, because the things that he does, like, it's the way he thinks, in my opinion, and that's why I love watching him play. He sees things, and then I'm seeing it like 3 seconds later, and I'm like, what? How did you even, like, it's like he has a computer in his head.
Exactly.
So it's not about other players being like him. Honestly, don't, but just enjoy what you have, because this is literally once in I don't even want to say lifetime, like several lifetimes. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly don't think we're gonna see anyone like Messi in our lifetime.
It's crazy.
After us, who can say? But it's too rare.
You're making me shake now. I'm living in this era.
You got goosebumps over there.
No, you brought up good points, and no, I see your POV. That's why there is a debate. We could bring our different perspectives, and you could be right, I could be right. I'm gonna think I'm right. You're gonna think you're right.
I want her side. She's right,
and that's fair. That's fair. But that's the beauty of debate, and that's why we're here right now.
It's the beauty of the game.
Yeah,
Brings us all together.
That's
all
why
of
I'm
us in
here.
all of our jerseys that look around. Like,
Football.
that's why this game is the biggest sport in the world.
Yeah,
it's the best.
That's
like,
crazy.
like, this is actually Pele's jersey.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's what it's so chested.
Right off his back. That's crazy.
This is 1970. But yeah. I think that's all we have for today. Should we wrap up here?
Yeah, it was a lot.
But yeah,
It was good.
Thanks so much for coming by, chatting with
you
us.
Uh-huh.
We had a blast. You're always welcome to come back and chat footy. We hope you had a good time.
I did. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on.
Hope you didn't think we were too unrealistic with our thoughts, or like we were waffling too much.
Waffle?
No, this guy was waffling with the belly.
Only one person here was waffling.
That was
What are you talking about?
He's like, these guys are idiots. They don't know ball. But yeah, no, great time.
But yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment, let us know what you guys thought, and be the culture.
The culture.
The culture.
Bye bye.
That was crazy.
Dave's back in town.
Oh my god.
So, 118.
See, I could have ended that debate right there.
A little longer than that.
It was 180.